Why don't you tell me a little bit about your background and your experience and how you've helped women sell businesses?
You bet. So I started my company in 2006.
Okay.
Prior to that, I had a company that focused on political consulting and lobbying. I loved it. It was fascinating, and I'd never do it
Hmm.
again.
Okay.
However, and boy, am I glad I'm not in that world now.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I found myself in a position where I was 35 years old, had three
Yeah.
little kids at home, a thriving business, and a surprise divorce.
Mm.
And I ended up having to close my business
Mm.
because I needed to stop traveling and I needed health insurance. And you couldn't just go out and buy health insurance then.
Mm-mm.
So I was in the situation where I didn't have the luxury of time and wouldn't have even known where to begin to try to sell my business.
Mm.
So that really has been a big motivator for me. So I did go out and get a job. Excuse me. I went to work at an international school as director of development and then director of operations.
Mm.
And when I started this company in 2006, the Block Group, I focused on several things. One was helping women grow their businesses by pricing for value, developing this sales process that works well for women, and helping them streamline their operations. It's very much on the operational side.
Mm.
As I worked with more and more women business owners, I started to hear the same things I think you're hearing about, first of all, they're not thinking about exit. They're not thinking about it and they're not talking about it.
Right.
And which also means they're not going to make it happen,
Mm-hmm.
right? Even under duress, if God forbid they had a health issue or whatever the circumstance is, it's very unlikely that they're going to be able to find the right resources to help them position for sale. So that's why those percentages are so incredibly low. And because I experienced that, I thought, it is a crime that we spend our lives building our companies and then we close the doors and
Mm.
we don't realize the value that we've built. And especially for women, because I'm so passionate about that, I believe wealth in the hands of women elevates society as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of my mission. And you mentioned that a lot of business owners think of their business as their retirement plan. Well, the difference with women, and again, I don't know if this gender distinction would be in your book, but for women, they may think that it's their retirement plan, but they really have no interest or desire to retire.
Mm.
They want to go do something else.
Mm-hmm.
So I've talked to women business owners who have been done, quote unquote, right?
Yeah.
They're just done. They've hit that wall. They're ready for a change. Often they want to do something more creative, more fun. So, especially because I work with technical experts
Mm.
and they want to do something creative. So, because of that, they're not interested in retiring. Having that wealth from selling their company allows them to do the next thing. And that's really what it excites them.
Mm.
So, my experience in helping women, I'm I'm not a business broker. I don't help them with the transaction piece of it. I help them prepare so that they've built real business value, and people misunderstand what that means, right? Because a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people think if they just keep generating revenue, that they've built the value of their company, and it's really not the case.
Mm.
So I'm helping them build real business value and position their company for sale.
Mm.
And positioning it is a critical piece of it. Again, people don't really get that because everything is contingent on your buyer.